female. So now your content, it could be anything, might be reaching through a particular device to a very particular targeted audience, but there is scope with our portfolio and the platform that we offer to expand that target audience to folks who probably were not using the device or the service earlier. We delivered 18 billion hours of entertainment. I don't even know how that is calculated, who calculates that, but we did. I'm assuming somebody gave me the right number on this one. But when you look at the whole experience, I think you should look at Xbox as a platform which gives you great gaming experiences with some of the best blockbusters that you would have ever seen. It gives you an ability to go online, play multiplayer with a very, very experienced and a very clean service, a very stable service. It gives you entertainment, right? It's no longer a box which is just meant for gaming. It's a gaming and entertainment device. So that is what the Xbox platform gives you and will continue to give you. Now, as developers, as partners, you could think of developing a game for Xbox, which could then be local or go global. You could think of developing entertainment content for Xbox, which could again, be local, or you could go global with the install base that we have in the 41 countries that we operate. Now, I thought, we were discussing with our team in terms of what kind of a demo do we want to give out there from an Xbox perspective. No, we're not giving Xbox One, and I keep looking there because that's, those are the folks who will kill me for not bringing Xbox One early. But I wanted to show you something different. We've seen the games. I wanted to show you something different. It's a little tricky. It's tricky because it requires a demo on stage with voice. Hopefully it will work. If it doesn't, just look into your emails, do something while I fix it. So let me just switch a few things out here. Which number do I have to switch to? 3, 4, 4. Okay. Yeah. So hopefully this is working. Yeah, so this is an Xbox 360. This is my screen. I'm logged in. Now, I want to show you a music service. It is actually not available in India right now, but I just want to give you a sense of what you could do with music and why that experience is good. And before I do that, I want to give you a small story. When the first time I heard that there is music on Xbox, my reaction was, why the hell would I want to listen to music on the TV? Right? I have music on my phone, I have music on all the small screen devices, so why would I want to really go ahead and look at listening to music on the TV? And then I had this experience which I'll hopefully try to show it to you, and that's the only way I listen to music now in my house. So let me just work on this. Is the lapel mic working? Xbox. See? Xbox. Next. 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 So that's your TVs and movies. Next. Xbox Music. This is what I normally do when I'm sitting at home. I'm sitting on a lounge chair and sipping lime ice and doing this. Give it some time. There is, we are on a shared Wi-Fi network, so just give it some time to load up. Xbox. Top songs. Top songs. This normally works very well in closed environments. It is not meant for big halls. But let me just move with my to the top songs. So this will give you the whole catalog of music which is there on the Xbox Music. Again, this is the first party service, so this is our service. Let me see if I can get you. Xbox. Royals. Royals. No, it's not going to catch the voice. What I was scared of. But once you do this, this is what happens on your TV screen. You have this nice. I've never seen a dog in the flesh. I cut my teeth on wedding rings. If you want to listen to the music, I can stop for some time. And I'm not proud of
my address in a torn up town, no postcode.
You know, the reason why I wanted to show you this was just one simple fact. Music on the TV might not have been a big deal. I am talking purely from a consumer standpoint, not saying all of this as the head of Xbox in the country. Music on TV, not a great deal. But doing this on TV just makes music so much more exciting. When I sit on my lounge chair, and I generally do this, right, and when I'm just talking to the TV and asking about, you know, I mean, basically telling the TV through the console of what songs to play, pause, rewind, go into different catalogs, it's just great fun. Now think of this service landing on the smaller screen devices. You probably won't be doing the voice thing there on the phone, it'll look very stupid. But you know, from a service standpoint, the same Xbox Music service lands on your Windows phones, lands on your Windows 8 machines. And there are scenarios when you would actually be listening to music in your house, talking to the Xbox, and you would want to go out, and all you need to do is press one button, and the music from where you left it would land on your smaller screen device, whether it's a tablet or a phone, and you can take it forward. The same goes for TVs, same goes for music, same goes for movies, right? So that's the entertainment portfolio, and I think there's a huge opportunity for us. I'll be the first to admit, we haven't built any local content as yet, right? But I'm very happy to tell you that we are building local content now. There will be Bollywood movies, regional movies, music that we are bringing to the Xbox portfolio in India. And I would invite all of you to actually join in, whoever is in this field and is interested in doing this for us, to come and participate with us. And you know, it's going to be a very exciting journey to bring local content both for the Indian audiences as well as for the international audiences. Now moving on to the Windows Phone side. Let me just switch back. For all the technology, we still have to do that. You know, let me switch to the Windows Phone side of the story. Extremely frustrating story in the early years for us on the phone side. A beautifully exciting story for us now. These are some of the facts and figures which are there, right? And I would just have you kind of just read them through. But with Lumia, we're making a huge dent in the market. Huge dent in the market. I have some numbers out here which I could not memorize. I was trying my best, so I would read them out. We've seen from an app and developer momentum, we've seen about 174% increase in the monthly download volume on our platform on the Windows Phone side, right? That's a huge number. We've seen about 218% increase in monthly paid app revenue. And I'm talking about now apps at a scale. So this is just not, you know, small apps which were growing, so the revenue was growing dramatically. We are adding hundreds of apps every single day. You know, the new apps which are coming up, Flipboard would be coming very soon. Wine just came on the phone side of it. There's some very exciting other apps which are coming. I think we have the 49 of the top 50 apps already there. Top 50 across any other platform already there on the Windows platform. Another figure or data that might be exciting for you, we've surpassed 9 million transactions per day. And I think that happened recently. We surpassed 2 billion app downloads. You know, the first 1 billion took us a lot of time. The second 1 billion took us just 6 months to achieve. So there's a lot of momentum. I think that, you know, the big point that I want to kind of highlight out here is there's a massive momentum which is happening globally around the Windows Phone, and now we are a credible player in the market. You know, both from the device perspective as well as from apps that are getting developed on these devices. What does it mean for India? Does anybody know which is the #1 OS? Phone OS in the country? Any guesses? #2? Actually, the #2 phone OS in the country now is Windows Phone. We are the second largest smartphone in the OS in India. And I think that's phenomenal. Now think of us about a year back maybe, or maybe about 18 months back. We were not even there. You know, and now we have, you know, gained momentum, gathered pace, and now we're doing a lot of things. And with this pace, what happens is, in any business, then we start looking at, hey, how can we develop now local talent? How can we get local apps on board? How can we do all of those things? So just to kind of show you what recent stuff that we have done on stage, may I call upon Ujjwal and Daya on stage. And we have our partners out here, and they will just showcase some of the stuff that they have done. It's extremely, extremely interesting stuff while Ujjwal just moves. Can I have you there, Ninad?
Sure.
Thank you so much. Do you want to just give a line on what you have done?
Sure.
What do you want to talk about?
So thanks, Anshu, for taking us through the whole Microsoft Windows ecosystem. Like Anshu was speaking about Windows Phone, we saw that it is the second largest smartphone OS in India. Sorry, to give you a brief introduction, I'm Ninad Chaya. I head the games and entertainment vertical at RoboSoft Technologies. We are a company based in Udupi, down south, and we have been in the whole app and game development space for almost a decade and a half now, since 1996. The reason we are here up on stage is we wanted to share a small little game which we built, built and launched a few weeks back on the Windows Phone Store, which has pretty much taken the whole Windows Phone Store by storm and has been one of the fastest growing games on the store. This is a game we built for the movie Doom 3. And the game has been live now for just about 20 days. We launched it just a few days before Diwali. And in the past 20 days, we clocked more than 1 million downloads across the Windows Phone and the Nokia store. It is a fun game. It's a high-end 3D game made for the movie which comes out in end of December. And I'll let my colleague Daya give you a quick demo, post which I'll share some fun stats once you had a chance to look at the game. Hit it, Daya. Is the sound?
Do you have audio in?
Do we have audio?
I'll just move this.
Can we dim the lights? So, how many of you over here have played a game like Temple Run? Right? Brilliant. Everybody has, right? So, this is, to kind of summarize it, Burnout meets Temple Run. The game is based on the movie where you play as Amir Khan. Typically, the movie is about the bad guy getting chased by the good guy, and you play as Amir Khan, who's running away after pulling off a heist, and you're being chased by the crack team of ACP Jay Dixit and Ali. And the idea is to ride as far as you can, ride as hard as you can, collect power-ups on the way, and make sure you don't get caught by the cops. So what you see here is they are trying to kind of run away from the law, which is not always a good thing in the real life, but in the game it works. And he just did something which closed the game. Happens.
Maybe he's just used to his wife coming in.
I know. So yeah. So basically the game has, like I said, I mean, we launched it 3 weeks back. So far we've had more than 4,000 ratings across the globe with 4.5 out of 5. It's the top free game on the Windows Phone Store 3 weeks in a row. Top overall app, number 2 overall app, just below WhatsApp. And we did some data collection over the past few weeks, and we found that the game has been getting a lot of traction from users. People are quite happy about the way the overall experience is. And the whole objective of this game is to ride as fast as you can, as far as you can. And collectively, over the 1 million odd downloads you've had, people have driven this game cumulatively for more than 34 lakhs, 784 and 57 kilometers, right? If you do the math, and I think somebody back at the headquarters did this for me, that is as good as going to the moon and coming back 4 times. So people who have played this game, if they had gone to kind of the moon, they would have gone and come back 4 times, or going around the world 86 times. So you have these cool power-ups, so you can kind of collect power-ups to be invincible, you can blow away the oncoming traffic, you can grab a nitro and go all across. And the total amount of time spent on this game by people in the past few weeks is around 14,47,282 minutes, which again is the time which Earth would take to go around the sun thrice. And this is just in 3 weeks of launch. So just wanted to give a quick small demo on this, and Daya, thanks for kind of sharing your gaming expertise with us.
Thank you so much. Really appreciate this. There, stop. There, seriously.
Thank you, Gary.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
But thank you. Again, this is one of the examples of our partners in India coming and making great stuff for us. The game is doing phenomenal. We wanted to show you another game, and Ujjwal, we'll stick within the time limits. But we want to show you another game, and that is called Parking Frenzy. The moment he gets out of this game, he will get into this. Parking Frenzy is a game made by Games to Win. I know there's somebody out here from Games to Win. But again, thank you so much for working on our platform. Another brilliant game. Ujjwal will share some of the numbers that have happened on this game. Another great kick-ass work which has happened in the local Indian market. Ujjwal.
This game was released in August this year. It's a very simple game wherein you have to park the car, but it's quite popular. And let me just go and start demonstrating this a bit. So you have a steering wheel to go around and park the car in the box properly. And for a driver like me, this is like one of the best games. So all I need to do is park the car in the box properly, and once I am parking it in the right location, I am able to move on to the next level. And some numbers perspective, let me mention some of the numbers. So as I mentioned, it was released in August. This is November. We have crossed 300,000 downloads on Windows Phone, which is a big number. And if you look at daily number perspective, we have already reaching out about 4,000 to 5,000 downloads per day, which is as good, or sometimes in daily basis. Sometimes we are also beating Android. Like we are actually doing better than Android on this platform, which is really good to look at. So I think we'll
great. Thank you so much. Another great example. Thank you, Games to Win, for getting this game on. Parking Frenzy. Just two of those games that we wanted to show you. If you could just help me with the projector also. Sure. These are good numbers. These are big numbers, and I think there's good quality of games that are getting built upon on our platform, and that just helps the whole story for us and for our partners to invest deeper. A lot of people gave me feedback, and I'm just going off the cue here, but a lot of people who spoke to me during the day gave me a feedback. They say, hey, we don't know how to engage with you guys. It's just kind of getting very, very difficult. There's a very neat structure that we have. There's a very neat organization that we have who's now very, very focused on developing games for the local audiences. So if anybody wants to interact with us, we can, you will not move around in the company and not know what to do. There are people out here in the room and back, in our offices who would be happy to engage with you to develop on these. Hold on. This is what happens when you want to. Okay, so while no, it's not still not up, I guess. So if you could just help. Is the mic on here? Happy for chaos. Okay. Now just moving very quickly to the Windows side of the story while he moves the slide. How many people are there in the world on Earth, on planet Earth? I guess 6.4 billion or something like that, or maybe 7 billion people are there, in total on planet. Do you know how many people actually use Windows? Any guesses? Sorry? 4? God bless you, man. You're hired. 1.5 billion. I wish you had said a null number. This would have made more impact. But 1.5 billion people use Windows every day, all right? And that's a huge base for anybody to look at. Some are on the older OS, some are moving to the new OS. And but with Windows 8, what we really brought in was just simplicity. It is the best device. Any device running Windows 8 or 8.1 is the best device for you to work and the best device for you to play. Apart from all the great device experiences that we're giving with hybrids and turnarounds and tablets and all kind of screens coming out. I think the whole piece is also about how we are powering up with cloud services, both in the consumer and the enterprise space again, and creating dramatic experiences for people on these Windows 8 machines. You would have heard about Windows 8.1, and I just want to kind of very quickly give you a sense of what is the vision that we have on Windows 8.1. First is really the whole evolving part of it. Both in terms of hardware or what is happening on x86 and ARM architectures, and how does the OS fit into that and the roadmap around that. There's a lot of work that is already going on. Some of it has already landed. So there's a lot of investment that we are doing in involving the hardware for different screen sizes which are coming out. Second is just in terms of the platform capabilities. If you look at what we have done on the web feature side of it, or the media capabilities, all the graphics or the browser capabilities with Windows 8.1, a dramatic increase even from 8 earlier. We've also made 8.1 free for anybody who has a Windows 8. It's a free upgrade. But that's the evolving part of the story. The investing part of the story is extremely important. Again, a cue from a conversation that I was having. Guys said I've made beautiful apps. I make good games, but I'm not able to market them. I'm not able to take that experiences onto the consumer screen, into the consumer minds. And that is where we come in, and we invest heavily, whether it's a retail store, the kind of demos that you see in retail stores, or whether it's any other forum where consumers are there. We do provide an opportunity for everybody, or for apps, especially the ones which are doing great work, to be highlighted, showcased, and shown. Right? And that does help any developer or any company who's into developing apps or games for the platform. We've also invested in something called as a gift cards. They are yet to land in India, but they would very soon. These are essentially currency, and anybody who's worked in the India market would know people don't like to pay through credit cards. The carrier billing still not there, in India, and that